Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. But now we must get to my review of Batman the Animated Series, Episode 17, See No Evil, chat. And we're starting out as any Batman episode would, chat. We're in a bad part of Gotham City, the suburbs. I love it, chat. Even the suburbs in Gotham City are shit. I guess it's the lower end suburbs. Things aren't looking good. You got wild animals, eating trash out of trash cans and stuff. You got druggies. You got used needles on the sidewalk. Shit. Like, this is not a neighborhood you want to raise a kid in, but this mother certainly is raising her goddamn kid in this neighborhood, chat. You have, what the hell are their goddamn names? You have the Ventrix family, chat. Mrs. Ventrix and her little daughter, Kimberly, chat. They're just trying to make a life right now. Little Kimberly, she is fast asleep in her bed. Oh, Crusader, thank you for the 5 piece. I mean, Gotham is pretty much Detroit, the DC Universe. Oh, it absolutely is. No doubt about it. No place is good in Gotham. Well, except if you're fucking Bruce Wayne, you're rich. Then you'll be okay for a little while, I assume. Gotham must be located in New Jersey. Now, definitely, it's very much Detroit or Chicago of the DC universe. And we're looking at this little girl, chat. Kimberly, she's fast asleep. She's got a little Raggedy Ann doll in her bed. She's having a good time, but suddenly her window opens. And it's like, that was weird, but I don't see anyone. And then, chat, the fucking light comes on her room, and she turns over because she hears this voice. He's like, "Hi, Kimberly. How are you?" And she looks at it. It's like, "Oh, Mojo, you're back." And she starts talking to this invisible person, chat, who is her imaginary friend. And this, listen, I'll tell you right now, like this episode, the reason why this episode is one of my favorites, chat, is it's very dark. Is dealing with very mature themes, and Batman definitely has always done, but this one in particular, chat, is dealing with child kidnappings and spousal abuse. Those are two very adult themes. And now you're getting this, for all we know, this predator coming into this little girl's room, just talking to her. It's a very scary premise, chat. And this is actually, to me, the first time in the series where, because this is before Harley Quinn, this is before we got Harley Quinn, chat, a few episodes before we got Harley Quinn. And the Lloyd Ventrix character, who might as well be the Invisible Man, that's what he is. He's using invisible, like a suit, to conduct his crimes. But you have this guy who's in this girl's room. We don't know who he is. Don't know who the hell he is, chat. And he's just talking to this girl, and it's very much a masculine voice, and he's just picking her up and playing with her in the room. It's like, this is very unsettling. And he has brought her a present, chat. He's brought her a fucking diamond necklace, a heart-shaped diamond necklace. She's like, "Oh, it's so beautiful, Mojo. Thanks." She's like, "Do you like it?" She goes, "Yeah, I love it." He's like, "Do you want to come with me now?" And she goes, I don't know if I want to come with you. My mom might be upset." She goes, "Mommy won't be upset if you come with Mojo for a little while." It's like, what the fuck? This is horrifying. I mean, when I first saw this episode, I'm like, this feels I feel uncomfortable. And I'll tell you, chat, I don't know if I told you this on stream before. I mean, listen, it could be a pedophile. This could be an invisible pedophile coming to this girl and trying to get her, chat, and kidnap her and shit. And I had a run of a pedophile when I was younger. I think I might have told the story on stream before, but when I was going to school in high school, I was walking to school because my house at the time was very close by, and I walked there occasionally, about a mile, if that. And I was walking to school, and this car pulled up to me. And the driver rolled down his window. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hi." I was like, I just kept walking. He goes, "Are you going to school?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to school." And he's like, "Do you need a lift?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm good with walking." And he just fucking drove off. He fucking sped off. I mean, so, do you want that juice? Yeah, probably. And I think there were sexual predators in the area that I lived in, too. And we knew who they were. I don't remember the guy's face or anything, but it fucking creeped the hell out of me. I realized it was like, oh shit, that was a pedophile. And thinking back in this episode as well, it's like, I mean, we don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm shocked, chat, because you can read a lot into the stuff that they're doing this episode, but I'm shocked this episode got past the censors. And the only reason why I think that they never returned to this character of Lloyd Ventrix, because he's a one-off villain, he's never appears again in the DCAU, you never see this technology, is because this material is so dark. You know, like, listen, let's just go with the clown lady, okay? That's easier. That's a little easier to swallow, okay? Get that past the censors. This episode is kind of creepy. And so this guy, who all we know in chat, he's invisible, his name is Mojo. He picks up this little girl, Kimberly, which, by the way, chat, Kimberly, her voice actress, does anyone know? I mean, I talked about this today. The voice actress for Kimberly is Elizabeth Moss, who was most recently the lead character in The Invisible Man. And so clearly, it's like she's been fighting invisible people all her goddamn life. I thought that was awesome. I was like, wow. I wonder, Chad, if anyone asked her a question, if it's like, did you, like when she was promoting Invisible Man, like, you were in another piece of material that dealt with an invisible character. I don't know if anyone did that, but I would have. I'd be like, you voiced this character, Batman series, where your father was invisible. I don't know. I thought that was cool. Oh, wow, this is the bomb. Welcome to stream. Good to see you. No, AJ Daniels again, welcome. Had a similar encounter? Yep. Ro, good to see you. What's up, Chris? I'm doing very well, Ro. Talking about one of my favorite episodes in Batman animated series, See No Evil. Just getting the beginning portion now. I'm sorry I got off track a little bit, chat, but yeah, it's this episode is really good. And just brought back memories. dark memories. Oh, Ronnie, Chris, Batman the Animated Series is one of my favorite shows on TV when I was a kid. Same, man. I grew up with this shit. That's why I'm making it one of my cartoons I'll be doing audio commentaries for my Patreon. I recorded some more when I got home. I'm going to record some more after I finish my stream tonight. I did audio commentary for this one, matter of fact. I was like, you know what? I'll just record ahead of time. And I did that one. And so he has her chat, and he's just about to leave with her. She goes, okay, I guess I can go with you, Mr. Mojo. And they're just about to leave, but her fucking mom comes, and he's like, Kimberly, who are you talking to? And he's like, ah, shit. And he puts her back in bed, and he just gets out of there, chat. And he goes, she goes, nothing, Mommy. I was just talking to my friend Mojo. She goes, oh, you mean your imaginary friend? She goes, yeah, that's who I was talking to. And chat, while the mom sits down in the bed, the window shuts, and he walks off. And listen, I bet the animators love working on this episode because they didn't have to animate shit, but it's still creepy. You still get a sense of where he is by certain things that are happening, like a can is kicked down the way, or a bush is moved, or like a piece of wood is crunched on. It's like really imaginative, chat. And then meanwhile, after that, we cut from the very shitty suburbs to Gotham City, chat, downtown Gotham City, and where we're introduced to the character of Lloyd Ventrix. And he's got himself a briefcase, chat, and he's going to the Diamond District. He's going to this jewelry store where all the jewels and watches are on display for people to purchase. The wealthiest of Gotham's wealthy can purchase all this shit. And he walks in there, chat, and he goes in the bathroom, chat, and he locks the door. And the security guard's like, sir, you can't lock the door of the bathroom. Everyone has to go in there. He's not even listening to him, chat. He sets the briefcase down, and what's in there? A suit, chat. A suit, and he starts putting all that on. It's like this clear plastic, and he puts the final piece of it on, chat, and he turns invisible. And not only does he turn invisible, chat, but anything that he comes in contact with, that he touches, that he specifically touches, chat, that also turns invisible too. So the briefcase turns invisible as well. And then he just walks out there. The security guard's like, what the fuck? Who did that? And then, chat, we see Bruce Wayne is there. And Bruce, he's going to buy himself a new fancy watch. He's like, yes, I'll buy 10. I'm rich. But then all of a sudden, people just start getting their asses being in, chat. People start getting punched, and the jewels are just being taken and like thrown. They're like, what the fuck? What is this? People start freaking out. It's like, whoa, what's happening? And Bruce is like, what the hell? And then his watch is grabbed from his own wrist. He's like, what the fuck? And all this stuff starts like floating in the air and just vanishes. And they're like, whoa. And once people start getting knocked over and pushed over, chat, and punched in the goddamn face. Speedy G, welcome to stream. Greetings, Juice. Enter the night. I am entering the goddamn night. Good to see you, Speedy G. Just in the middle of one of my favorite Batman episodes. And so Bruce Wayne's like, all right, this is a time for fucking Batman. And he runs into the bathroom, chat, and he locks the door. And the security guard's like, you can't lock the door. God damn it. And so he's going. He apparently had the Batman suit underneath his clothes, chat. And you got security guards, they're kind of wall off the entrance, but they get their asses kicked by the Invisible Man, chat. And he's just about out the door. And then the security guard, he's just kind of waiting until Bruce Wayne comes out. And then fucking Batman, he busts out of the bathroom, chat, and the door smashes into the security guard's face. Batman mistakenly concusses the security guard. This guy falls down. He's dead, probably dead, chat. Batman runs after this invisible guy. He's like, what the hell am I dealing with? Batman runs up, but he can't see him. He's like, what? And you just see this one guy eating a sandwich. He's just like, if I don't move, he can't see me. And Batman's like, you! He's like, ah! And he fucking runs away. But he sees, chat, that the Invisible Man, Lloyd Ventrix, he's walking in the wet concrete. That's a fucking amateur move. He could easily see you. Batman goes, you! And he like fires, and Batman uses his grappling hook, and he gets in front of him. And he fires off this like kind of like pink powder pellet, and it bursts all over the Invisible Man. And Batman's like, I got you, son bitch. He's like, you don't got me. No, you can just burn off, Batman. I was like, that's a weird thing to say. But his suit starts burning off the material, so he becomes invisible. And then the Invisible Man, chat, Lloyd, he just starts beating the shit out of Batman. Batman just gets his, listen, like Batman, he's had some tough times, but this is the first time in a long time where Batman gets his fucking teeth kicked in. He gets his shit kicked in, chat. And Batman's like, oh my God, please, no more. And Lloyd's like, I'll be seeing you around, Batman. And he runs off, chat. Batman's like, all right, I gotta fucking find out what the hell happened. And then we go to another shitty kind of section of Gotham City, and we see all these doors opening and stuff. This apartment door open, no one's there, but it's the Invisible Man, chat. And we go over to a desk. And on the desk is the picture of Kimberly, the little girl. Now, the thing is, chat, we don't know that this character yet is the father of Kimberly. I mean, I'm just telling you that ahead of time, just kind of like, that's who the character is. But it's like, is he just obsessed with this little girl until he picks up the picture, has all those jewels? He's like, yes, Kimberly, you'll be mine soon. Yeah, and your mommy will be too. And I love you like any father should. And he's like, oh, it's her dad. But still, it's like very ominous, chat. And he's like, I'm going to get you back, Kimberly, if it means I have to kill Mom. But I'm going to help. I'm going to see if I can get Mom in on my schemes and shit. And meanwhile, chat, we cut to, it's the next morning. And Mrs. Ventrix, she's dropping off little Kimberly at school, and then she's going to go work at the diner that she's been working at mornings and afternoons at. But then the person who's there watching them is fucking Lloyd. He's still there. He knows the school that Kimberly goes to, and he just watches his daughter all day long. Just like sitting out there just watching. And then he goes over to the diner. Or just before he catches her. Or not even that done. Oh, he waits for his wife to get off work because he's watching her too. He gets off work and he confronts her. He goes, hey, how you doing, babe? She's like, I don't want anything to do with you. Or like, you just got a fucking parole? He's like, I did, but I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you and Kimberly. She's like, listen, we don't want nothing to do with you, okay? We are finally trying to get back on our feet. The last thing is we need you to come in here and fuck this up. He's like, listen, let me at least help you guys. I mean, I'm making money. She goes, yeah, who do you fucking rip off this time? Who'd you steal that from? And she goes in the grocery store trying to pay for stuff. She's like, I don't want your money, Lloyd. And she pays for it herself, but he just leaves it to the cashier. She's like, here you go, honey. Yeah, put that to good use. He fucking winks at her. And, he's like, just come on, let me see my girl. He's like, I'm never going to let you see her again. You're never going to touch her. You're never going to see her. You're never going to say her name. You're never going to say her name in front of me again. Fuck off, Lloyd. Get out of our lives. She walks off. And she's like, I hope you... And I love it, chat. She says, I hope you just disappear. He goes, oh, if only you knew. If only you knew. And then, chat, we cut to a meeting at Wayne Enterprises. Introduction of Lucius Fox. First time we see Lucius Fox, episode 17 of Batman the Animated Series. And they're having a meeting. Apparently, they were going to be discussing this new technology. It was presented by this scientist who apparently invented this invisible plastic. If you wrap something up in it, it's invisible plastic. Batman's like, that sounds fucking familiar. And apparently it was sponsored by Wayne Enterprises. Batman's like, fucking goddamn it. I'm funding all my supervillains by accident. Shit. Okay. All right. Fine. All right, can you give me the address to the people of the company that made this? And Lucius Fox was like, sure, Bruce, here you go. And it's like, nah, it's Batman time. So, chat, we go later in the night. Batman infiltrates the company, sees some guy working on these man-sized tubes. I'm like, that looks weird. Why is he working on some man-sized tubes? I don't like that, chat. Batman sneaks in there, he goes to the office, and he goes to the filing system, chat, because this is 1992, and computers weren't really a big thing then. He goes to the filing system, he pulls out a file, and it's like, oh, invisible fucking plastic shit. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Abandoned, apparently. Apparently, chat, this plastic, it did turn things invisible, but for whatever reason, it was abandoned due to its unstable nature. He goes, well, I know what this stuff probably is. And he walks out, chat, walking real slow, fucking got that Batman strut. He's super confident, chat. And then a fucking bookcase falls on him. He's like, books! And he's crushed by book shit. He's crushed by learning and words. And apparently, chat, it was the guy who was working on the tubes, this janitor-looking motherfucker. It's like, I love it, chat. The person to not finally defeat Batman isn't the Joker or Poison Ivy or Penguin or Two-Face. It's the janitor who was working on the giant man-sized tubes. And Batman's like, the fuck you will. He throws the bookshelf on him. He grabs the guy, goes, ah! And there's like a couple of beats, chat, before he goes, oh, Batman, I didn't realize it was you. It's like, bull fucking shit. You knew that was Batman. You want to be the guy who's like, yeah, I killed Batman. You want to be that guy. He's like, oh, I got to recover from this. And Batman's like, ah, why'd you do that? He's like, I just wanted to make sure we were broken into before. You mean you were broken into? Yeah, someone was stealing our invisible our invisible suit. He's like, what are you talking about? Let me show you. And he goes over to this table, chat, and we invented this plastic that can turn anything and anyone invisible. And then he pulls out this giant, I'm sorry, chat, this giant electrical dildo, this giant mechanical electrical dildo. If you look at the episode, chat, see, it's on DCL Access, or you can find it online. He just pulls, the camera sits, it's this giant yes, I'm not joking. I'm not, I exaggerate in these reviews, of course I do, but he pulls out a giant metallic electric dildo, and it goes, it actually buzzes and shit, and he points it at the plastic chain, and it turns invisible. Guy explains there's a chemical and electrical reaction activated by a specific dial on the suit, and it'll turn invisible. And Batman goes, that's pretty incredible, but I hear it was abandoned. It's like, yes, it was abandoned because of the chemical reaction and the constant electricity going through it. The chemical is actually always going inside the body. It's secreting into the skin, and that causes anything from muscle fatigue to general insanity. That's a big side effect. And Batman's like, shit. By the way, did you have a former employee who may have stolen this technology? And Batman, or the janitor's like, oh, yeah, a guy named Lloyd Ventrix. The guy was a piece of shit. He, we fired him. Or Batman asked him, do you know anyone who was like, you fired in the last couple weeks or something, who was a belligerent employee, someone who had access to this technology? He's like, yeah, Lloyd Ventrix. And he goes, Batman goes, fuck. This guy definitely took it. And so, this is, no, I agree, Devin. This is one of my favorite episodes of all time. I love this episode. It's so goddamn good. I would have loved to see Lloyd Ventrix return, but they never went back to him. I totally agree with you. Chris Heir, thinking of 5 minutes. Well, I just fucked up. I Googled Batman dildo to try and find what you're talking about. Discovered some true horrors. I'm sorry. A bookshelf defeats Batman. That's true, sir. Yep, that's what happens. No, dude, man, I'm not being dirty. I swear to God, chat. I swear to God, if you look at this thing, I'm not exaggerating. It is a giant metallic electrical dildo that causes the reaction to the plastic invisible paper. Batman's like, fuck, I gotta go find this guy. And so then, Chad, we cut back to the home of Mrs. Ventrix and her daughter, Kimberly. And Kimberly is talking to her dad again, talking to the Invisible Man. And because Mojo's brought her all sorts of gifts, brought her a teddy bear, chat, brought her some new jewels. She goes, wow, Mojo, these are so cool. Thank you. They're pretty. And he goes, they're not as pretty as you, though, Kimberly. She goes, aw, thanks. And he's like, Kimberly, I don't think your mommy would like me. She goes, no, we don't know. Maybe she'll like you. And she goes, you know what? Why don't we leave right now? And then I can call mommy later, and then we can all meet up as a family. She goes, I don't know. She's like, pretty please, Kimberly. She goes, okay, Mojo. And he just fucking takes her, chat, and he goes out the window with, again, fucking creepy. Meanwhile, Batman shows up. I'm Batman, and scares Mrs. Ventrix. She goes, oh! She goes, sorry, I'm Batman, Mrs. Ventrix. And he goes, listen, I'm here to find your husband. Apparently, he has some invisible technology that he has illicitly acquired, and I need to stop him. She goes, what visible technology? What are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I work for a company. He has a visible suit. And she goes, oh my God, Kimberly. She runs back in the house, chat. She goes, Kimberly. And she's like, oh no, he's taking her. And Batman's like, oh shit. He took his daughter. And he looks down. I love it, chat. There's a scene when he looks down at the doll, because that's what she realized, that the doll, she would never leave the house without that doll. He looks down at the doll, he grabs it, and there's like a moment where he looks at it, he's like, where is she? The doll knows all. Batman's fucking nuts. I love that. And Batman, the thing is, like, Batman has a big personal connection to kids, not in a fucking sexual way or anything like that, but he has that shared trauma with them, and he takes the stuff that happens to children very, very personally, because he was traumatized when his parents were murdered. And I do like it, chat, even in the weakest episode, like, remember the Underdwellers, which is a shitty episode of the Batman the Animated Series? Thank you, SPG of the 12 days. Okay, I'm checking the episode now and screen cap the metal dildo. Do it! Fucking do it. You're gonna find it. You'll know when you see it. It's when he's talking to the janitor guy over the visible plastic. I swear to God. And so yeah, okay, yeah. So even the Underdrillers chat, like he feels like a intensely angry because of how the Underdweller or the Sewer King enslaved those kids to do his bidding. It's fucked up. Give us a timestamp or something. I don't know. It's like it's in the middle of the episode when he's talking to the guys. It's the janitor. I don't know the timestamp. I really don't know. I'll look at the diddler. He was the diddler, chat. That's the other villain. That's the janitor. We didn't know he was actually indeed the diddler. But Batman has always had this personal connection to the kids, obviously. Because of the trauma that he went through. And, like, even though the Underdweller episode's not great, like, he wanted to fucking kill the Sewer King. And then we see that again where he sees this little girl's been kidnapped, and he's like, and I love it, chat, because he looks at her, and he walks up to her, he says, I'm going to find her. She goes, but I'm going to find her. Okay, I'm going to find her tonight. It's going to happen tonight. And he goes out there, chat. And we cut to Kimberly and Lloyd, and he's taking her to an abandoned drive-in. And she goes, Mojo, I don't like this. This is scary. And he goes, don't be scary, honey. Don't be scared. Look, it's okay. He takes off his mask and reveals himself for the first time to be her father. She goes, no, Mom says you're bad. No, you're scary. And she's like, no, you're coming with me. You're coming with me, you little shit. And he's about to hit her, Chad. Batman shows up. Batman shows he's like, you don't fucking hit her. And he comes down there and he punches the shit out of that guy, Chad. He just starts wailing on him. And Kimberly, she runs off. She's like, jeez, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And she starts running, apparently not far away. And thankfully, Chad, she runs back into the arms of her crying mother. And she goes, Mommy, I'm sorry. And she's, they're hugging and crying. And then we cut back and Batman's like, I will fucking beat the shit out of you. And Lloyd's like, you gotta catch me, Dark Knight. Puts on the suit again, starts punching the shit out of Batman. Batman also has a trank dart. He's like, I'm gonna trank you. But he misses, Chad. He misses. And we get one of the best animated segments so far in the animated series, chat. Lloyd gets into a car, and the car turns invisible. Batman goes, fuck. And then Batman has to fight an invisible car. This thing is trying to hit him. He's trying to fucking hit Batman. All we see is the billowing smoke from up of the car. It's such a cool animated sequence. And Batman's like, shit. And he manages to jump on top of it. And Lloyd's trying to shake him off the entire time. And we just get this beautiful moment of, it looks like Batman is flying through Gotham City, chat. And he's passing by all these people. He's slamming into people and shit and other property. And he passes by these winos. And the guys are like, I didn't know he could fly. I thought that other guy could fly. And he's like, God damn, he's trying to bash in the window to try to get him out of there, chat, because he's running people over. He blows up a gas station. He goes over to a gas station, blows it up, kills all those people. Batman's like, I gotta fucking end this. And he ends up on train tracks, chat, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, but I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna just go headline to the train. And he jumps out of the thing, chat. He jumps out onto a rooftop. Batman's like, shit! And he uses grappling hook. He gets out, hits the fucking train. The train's okay, but car's destroyed. Probably some debris that fell on some people, chat. And Batman, the grappling hook is all fucked up, and so he slams in the same building, but he fucking tumbles over. He hurts his shoulder. He's like, and Batman's getting his ass kicked here, chat. Like, this is one of his toughest enemies ever. He's trying to get up. He's like, God damn it. And then the Invisible Man goes, and he just starts beating the shit out of Batman, chat. And Batman's already, like, he just fell. He's concussed. He's exhausted, chat. And like this guy, and Batman, even despite everything that happened, chat, Batman's trying to explain, Lloyd, you need to take the suit off. It's going to kill you. The toxin. He's like, I don't give a shit. And he's like trying to kill him with cinder blood, trying to smash his head like a melon. He's like, I could do anything in this suit. I don't care if it kills me, okay? I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna get my daughter. I'm gonna get my wife, and there's nothing you can do about it, Batman. And Batman's like, the fuck I can. And he goes ahead, Chad, he activates his grappling hook, fires his under a water tower, fires the water tower, and all the water starts coming down. It's like raining. And fucking Lloyd's like, shit. And Batman's like, fucking peekaboo, bitch. And he starts just beating the shit out of him, just wailing on him the entire time. And until Lloyd just collapses because he's been concussed so much, Batman walks over, he tears the mask, he's just about to punch him again, chat. But he's all fucking atrophied and, like, about to die. And Batman's like, fuck, it's not worth it. He's arrested and he's sent to prison. Eventually, Chad, we cut back to Kimberly's bedroom where she's talking to someone we don't see. She goes, yeah, Mommy and I are going to move to a different city now. And she's found a really good job. And I have some friends in the city too. And and we don't know who this person is. And the mother comes, she's like, Kimberly, who are you talking to? She's like, oh, it's okay, Mommy. I was talking to Batman. She goes, of course you were, honey. Of course you were. And then, shall we cut above the house? And Batman, he's just on the rooftop like a fucking gargoyle. And he just says, I'm your imaginary friend now, Kimberly. And then he leaves, Chad. And then he leaves. And that, my friends, is Batman, the Animated Series, episode 17. Now, listen, I'm joking around, but this is a really good episode. I highly, highly recommend checking it out, Chad. This is a better than sex episode, in my opinion.